láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ Amẹ́ríkà tẹ́ bá dẹ̀ máa jáde kọ́fọ́ ìtẹ́ máa kó jáde gan ó máa ju ti president lọ àwọn ọlọ́dẹ gbogbo àwọn olóògùn gbogbo lè máa kójọ ọkọ̀ máa gáìdì yìí àbí èyí ọba ọjọ́ yìí ti súnmọ́ èyí náà rí bí gbogbo kan ṣe lọ àwọn adájọ́ wọn yìí àrìspẹ́tì yín mọ́ nítorí pé a ti rí pé àgbàyà ni most of you guys àgbàyà ni yín àwọn ọba gidi nínú yín àwọn ọba gidi yẹn olórí ni wọ́n o tí ilé àtọ̀nà òun ò ní bàjẹ́ ṣùgbọ́n ẹ̀yin oníjẹkújẹ gbogbo inú ọba tẹ́lẹ̀ fẹ́ gbìyànjú láti tì wọ́n sóko ẹrú èmi jẹ́ kó yé yín pé ìdájọ́ yìí ti dé àwọn ọmọ yìí náà la dẹ̀ máa ṣèdájọ́ fún yín torí pé ipò tẹ́ ẹ wà àpèrè àwọn baba ńlá baba wa ní jẹ́ gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ọmọ ìyá ní gbogbo wa tí n bá rí Ìjẹ̀bú sí mo máa bẹ̀kẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kẹ́ ni ọmọ ìyá mi ni bí mo rí Àkúrẹ́ bí mo rí Ìjẹ̀ṣà bí mo rí Èkìtì ẹni gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ìkànnì wa torí pé ibì kan láti jọ kúrò ibì kan làwọn baba ńlá baba wa ti jọ kúrò so mo bẹ̀ wá gbogbo èèyàn aládé ẹja dìde o ẹja gbẹ̀san lára àwọn arábí ìwọ ọjọba ọjẹjọyè
gbogbo ọ̀nà kan náà ni gbogbo information kan ti síta ní àwọn ọlọ́gbọ́dọ̀ jáde láti sọ ibi tí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn dé so that's all I can say for now so everybody is good.
ẹ̀yin ò náà lè gba ti Bọ́lá Ìgè ní ìgbà tá a lè ṣì kéré àbí àtọ̀tẹ̀ tí bí wáyé láyé àwọn bàbá wa a tún gbọ́ pé ẹ̀yin lè fi wọ́n gba kándù ẹ̀yin lè fi wọ́n gba àtùpà ẹ̀yin lè fi wọ́n gba mìíràn tẹ̀ táwọn sọ̀kò ẹrú sọ gbogbo wọn yẹn láti rí alẹ́ torí pé nísìnyí àdìpé ìwà yóò ti yí padà nínú yín ìwà yẹn náà lè ṣe wù sí ṣòwò ẹrú ló ń sìn ṣùgbọ́n ẹ kó wa dẹ́rù gbogbo nǹkan tó yẹ kí gbogbo wa fi máa gbádùn ẹ̀yin nìkan ẹ ra gàbó ẹ̀yin lè dá ń jẹ ọgbà òní ọ̀fífẹ́ fọ̀ rẹ̀ ó lọ Àkúrẹ́ ó kọ́ odidi ìlú síbẹ̀ wọ́n ní ilé tó ní káàkiri Èkó wọ́n ní kò lè kà mọ́ wọ́n ní dúkìá ọba Ọọ̀ni of Ifẹ̀ àti tó bá gbé fáìlì wá bá tó wá ṣe ń kà á fún pé ibi báyìí ló ní sí o ibi báyìí ló ní sí o ìyá lẹ̀ ń jẹ tẹrú tọmọ ìyá ń jẹ tẹrú tọmọ ìyá ń jẹ everybody. Kò yẹ kó máa rí báyìí o ẹ̀yin ọba.
It's your brother, go and call him because you do something they forget it. We go and call him and tell him to come and sort it out.
Tọ́ni kẹwàá tó àwọn gẹ́gẹ́tì wa ọba kọ́ba tó bá dọ́rú ẹ̀wò nílẹ̀ Yorùbá àdọ̀tún àwọn àwa ọ̀dọ́ arẹ́dì tó bá gbẹ máa pa wá náà nínú òkú rẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n kẹ́ tó pa wá àmì ìṣọ̀kan kò sí ọba àkọ́kọ́ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá mọ́ àwọn ọba olórí ìlú kan máa ní kọ́sì sẹ́tù kọ́sì kúrò lórí àpèrè náà kọ́kọ́ lọ sí mi tá a bá jagun yẹn tó wọ́n máa padà sórí àpèrè wọn níbi tá a máa ṣe dé àlè fẹ́ rí ọba ẹyọ kan lórí ilẹ̀ yẹn mọ́ níbi tá a máa bá dé ṣé ilẹ̀ Ìgbò ẹ ṣì ń wò pé àwọn ọmọ Ìgbò wọ́n fẹ́ declare on the 2nd àbí on the 2nd of December pé ibẹ̀ nìkan náà ti fẹ́ jagun àwa gan máa bá yín jagun nílẹ̀ Yorùbá kì í ṣe ilẹ̀ Ìgbò nìkan ni wọ́n ti fẹ́ jagun ogun yẹn ń bọ̀ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá torí pé àwọn náà rí bó ṣe ń lọ ọmọ yín ṣèbí wọ́n ń wò ó pé níbi àfọ̀ wọ́n sọ ní tẹ̀mí fún àti bọ̀ ṣe òpé mi náà máa bá wọn ṣèpàdé ìdẹ̀wọ́ lójú ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo kọ̀ lè sọ jáde ló ti yẹ wọ́n sọ sí pé wọ́n rìlíìsì bàbá wo lóyè ọmọdé yẹn mọ́ bẹ̀tì iná abíkánú wà ń bẹ̀ wọn ò fi lẹ̀ ṣe rí owó ìyẹn lásán tí wọ́n bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ níbi àfà wọ́n á fẹ́ ìkìṣẹ́ bá wọn máa fi bá wa jà o wọ́n á fi kọlu ẹ̀yin ọba wọ́n á fi kọlu ẹ̀yin ìjòyè wọ́n á fi kọlu gbogbo ẹ̀yin olóṣèlú ilẹ̀ Yorùbá kì í ṣe àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá náà máa fi kọlu torí wọ́n mọ̀ pé àwọn akọ náà a wà nínú rẹ́ẹ̀sì wọn pé àjọ ń jàjàngbara yẹn ni ó ti yẹ so wọ́n mọ̀ pé wọn ò kọ̀ lè dédé kọlu ọmọ Yorùbá torí wọ́n mọ̀ pé àwa kan àti bìlíbà sínú Nàìjíríà wọ́n dẹ̀ ti bìlí pé àwa náà ti wà nínú ṣú wọn pé a fẹ́ kúrò àwa náà fẹ́ kúrò ṣùgbọ́n ìkọ́ra ayé gbogbo ẹ̀yin olóṣèlú kẹ́mọ̀ pé ẹ dárùn ẹ̀ní fi yín lọ́kàn balẹ̀ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá gbogbo ẹ̀yin olóṣèlú ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ní fi yín lọ́kàn balẹ̀ ìṣọwọ́ ìṣẹ̀yàwó yìí a máa tíráàkì gbogbo yín eléyìí òṣèlú bẹ́yà sọ lórí kìíní no mò ń jó yé yín ní gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọba ilẹ̀ aládé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá a máa tíráàkì yín sẹ́ a mọ̀ pé lóògùn oyè a mọ̀ pẹ̀lú òògùn yẹn tí Olódùmarè bá bẹ lẹ́yìn yín ni olóògùn yẹn ṣe lè fi ṣiṣẹ́ ṣùgbọ́n lọ́wọ́ yìí Olódùmarè ti wọ́n nù yín bí ẹ jẹ́ kí Yorùbá ó dá dúró ọ̀rọ̀ wa dàbí ọ̀rọ̀ kí lórúkọ Mósè àti Fáráò ní sìn Olódùmarè ti sọ fún yín pé ẹ jẹ́ kí Yorùbá ó dá dúró gbogbo ẹ̀yọ́ ọba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá Olódùmarè ti pa lárọ̀ wá pẹ̀lú òògùn tẹ gbàgbọ́ ẹ gbójúlé kéèyàn kan tó dé dọ́dọ̀ mi èmi odidi ọba Àwùjalẹ̀ pẹ̀lú òògùn burúkú tí mo ní èmi odidi ọba Àkúrẹ́ pẹ̀lú òògùn burúkú tí mo ní èmi ọba Oǹdó pẹ̀lú òògùn burúkú tí mo ní ìyẹn tí Olódùmarè bá wà lẹ́yìn yín táwa dẹ̀ ti mọ̀ pé kò sí Olódùmarè kankan lẹ́yìn yín mọ́ torí pé àwa tí a jẹ́ ọmọ yín tó yẹ kẹ́ ẹ bá dáàbò bò àwa àwọn gọ́gọ́ lẹ̀ ń fà sẹ́nu kú àwa àwọn gọ́gọ́ lẹ̀ kí ẹ̀ nípa ẹ̀ so ìdí nìyẹn tàfi sọ fún yín pé bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ mú òògùn ọwọ́ máa mú yín ọwọ́ wa máa tẹ̀ yín nítorí pé ẹ ṣe nǹkan tó yẹ kẹ́ ẹ ṣe fún wa gẹ́gẹ́ bíi bàbá ẹ mú wa múra ẹ ta wá nù Tinubu kò wá tún jókòó pé kò tún lè secure ààyè yẹn fún ọmọ òun tó ń bọ̀ tó ti Tinubu adébẹ̀bẹ̀ ọmọ ẹ̀ ada gómìnà tọmọ ẹ̀ bá da gómìnà tán ada senator from senate a máa lọ bẹ́yẹn sókè tó bá yà òun náà àtúfẹ́ gbà pé ti presidency ìyẹn láyé àwọn ọmọ tiwa tó tún bọ̀ torí àwa àti wá lè dàgbà ńgbà yẹn àti dàgbà àti gbogbo àyè máa retí ọjọ́ tó lódùmarè àsọ pé ó yá ni ìyá tún máa rúùlù àwọn ọmọ tiwa ọmọ títí ẹ̀ náà àtúndàgbọ́ wọn ẹ fẹ́ kó gbogbo ìgbésí ayé yẹn ẹ fẹ́ kó sọ́wọ́ yín nìkan gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọba gbogbo yín most of you guys màálù Fúlàní lẹ̀ ń gbà tẹnu àwọn ọmọ onílùú òtọ́rọ̀ mọ́ torí pé ẹ ń gba màálù lọ́wọ́ wọn torí pé ẹ ń gba ìṣàkọlẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ wọn àwọn Fúlàní wá pa àwọn àgbẹ̀ wọ́n pa àwọn aráàlú bí ẹni pẹran ìdí nìyẹn tá a fi máa padà gbẹ̀san lára yín táwọn ọmọ yín máa sọ fún yín pé kẹ́ lọ sí igbá wò tá a fi máa sọ pé àkókò bí yín sọ̀jẹ́ rádaràdà eléyìí tẹ̀ ń ṣe é sè torí pé ẹ ò gbọ́ tiwa ẹ wo àwọn tó ń sunkún ọmọ tó ń sojú sunkún ọmọ sunkún aya ìjẹmọ pé èèyàn lára bíi tí ìjẹ tí ẹ mọ̀ pọ́ ọmọ Oòduà náà ni wọ́n bí wọ́n ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe kú òdìlé Ifẹ̀ tẹ̀yìn dádé bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni àwọn bàbá tiwọn náà tí wọ́n kú òdìlé Ifẹ̀ báwọn tiẹ̀ dádé gbogbo wọn ni wọ́n yá lọ gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n parí lẹ́yìn.
Quite a lot of developing story. Gbádùn àròlé látẹ̀ǹkan. I don't even know where to start. There's a lot of things I want to catch up with quickly. Can you slow the TV a little bit, Amodua? Can you slow the TV or you go upstairs? You want to go upstairs? You want to go upstairs or you slow the TV a little bit? There is a lot of things happening in Nigeria that if we don't get help now, it will get worse as time goes. Extremely worse. Extremely worse. I'm just watching the video of the Dangote truck. Unbelievable. I can't even show the video. I'm sure a lot of us have seen the video already on Twitter. That's the Intobawa or Twitter. It's not my own problem. We've told it to go and register for Twitter. So that is also, a very sad development that is happening. The problem is, I want to Yoruba gan, I want to Yoruba nation. So the same people that are facing all these difficulties are the ones that are also against why we want a country that we're asking for. And that literally means that I want to our country. They're against it. Key truck it took my Louis. It will be on a very rare, situation. kó tó di pé truck máa kọlu èèyàn tó máa pààyàn, it will be very, very rare. But unfortunately, it's not the same thing in Nigeria. So, so it's a very sad development, that is going on. It's a very sad development. Just switch off the heater, please. Okay. So, go to the truck now. We are not on a full program.
Congratulations.
Go to the truck now. Go to the truck now. Let me go from here. I picked up something. I think the news was yesterday. And let me just give us what I've seen on that particular news. Can you slow that thing or you move from there? Okay, boy. These are the inconveniences I have to give my family every day just to get a message across to many of you in Nigeria. It's unbelievable. Baya Olukalukuma Montomashi. So you advert.
Why are you wasting film?
Where am I? Yeah. Apparently, on the Tribune yesterday, Tribune newspaper yesterday, there's a particular group of Nigerians that are calling for restructuring to save Nigeria. Wọ́n pè fún restructure láti save Nigeria. I'll read the article and I'll tell you those I believe are behind it. One of them is Pat Otomi. Pat Otomi. Pat Otomi is one of the group. Ejeka Kanto Sosibe. Let me save this. Ebami go the share button, just on a very light one. An organization, the New Nigeria Movement, NNM, comprising patriotic-minded Nigerians from various backgrounds, has reiterated the call for restructuring in order to save Nigeria. The New Nigeria Movement, which has been at the vanguard of restructuring, is worried about the direction the country is being headed by the ruling class, fearing the worst should the government fail to equitably reorder the country. The organization has now proposed a 10-region arrangement for the country, saying that 99% of the citizens of Nigeria are aware that the country is gradually becoming a disaster. The association disclosed this in a statement on Saturday, the 9th of November, I believe, saying it is aimed to explore the means of rescuing Nigeria from the precipice of a completely failed state. According to the New Nigeria Movement, aside may be less than 1% of the population, almost everyone agrees that Nigeria today is humongous disaster on account of series of evil leaderships and circumstances in which they operate. Everyone is in fear, with none both rulers and ruled, whose security is assured. The present ruling classes, regardless of party, being accomplices in the drama and with their known background and methodologies, are incapable of meeting the challenges of good governance and secure society. Could you give me that, princess? Princess, can you give me that gold laptop, please?
Where is it?
Hold on, come on, okay. Don't come here, my camera is on, I'm live. Let me take you to Saudi Arabia quickly because there's a lot of development happening as well. Tinubu in Saudi Arabia. And Tinubu is calling for Palestinians to be given the right to self-determination. Elo múra sílẹ̀, ogun máa dé gidi ní Nàìjíríà yẹn. Ẹni tó bá lè ràdá, ẹni tó bá lè mọ bó ṣe ń yìnbọn, ẹni tó bá lè ní ogun. Tinubu is presently in Saudi Arabia for the Arab Summit. And the news I'm picking goes like these. Because in Timofe Kai, òun náà ni àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá àti ẹni tó ń ṣe Yorùbá gbọ́dọ̀ lọ múra lẹ̀ fún. Because Tinubu is saying the same thing tí èmi náà sọ fún yín, but Tinubu ń sọ tiẹ̀ fáwọn tó wà. He's upstairs. Ask your brother now.
You still have it.
Sumbuluawa. Oh, he's there, sorry. Not enough. Tinubu is saying to the world, become a Yoruba, not a múra sílẹ̀ fógun tó máa dé láìpẹ́. I'm going to read. This is coming from the website Twitter account, Tinubu official account lórí X. Gbogbo tí bá rẹ̀ kà níbí báyìí is exactly what I have been telling us to go and prepare for the war. As a reverse sí nǹkan tó ń lọ nínú Nigeria, but Tinubu sọ yẹn fún àwa tá wà ní Nigeria, but ó lè lọ far up to Saudi Arabia láti lọ sọ ilé. English ni màá fi kà, máa padà sórí àwọn ní restructure yẹn, the few pointers tí mo fi mú níbẹ̀. So 3 things ni mo ṣe sáré jáde lálẹ́ nísìn. I'm not even meant to do a program now because I'm a little bit tired. But bí ṣe ti rí tẹ̀pẹ́ yẹn, ó mú mi lára díẹ̀. Kò mo follow, mo fẹ́ gbọ́, mo fẹ́ kí kíní ṣe tán, brother mi, Àrólé 1010. Ẹ̀pẹ́ mọ́tò Dangote pààyàn, kò ń ṣe break ni o. But that's what they're going to tell us. We break motto and fail. But it's part of the agenda. Sherry terrorists use everything to fight. There might be no background alone filter there. Can you reduce it a little bit more? Or if you want to go upstairs and watch it in your mom's room. Sherry, the Dangote truck is not the first time that Dangote truck is used as a terrorist tool. And I dare challenge Dangote to sue me to court. I dare him. I'm in UK. He has a lot of money. Dangote is also part of the terrorists operating on the ground in Southwest. Dangote is part of the terrorist organization operating in the Southwest. But the average Yoruba man would tell you that it was a brake failure. Koikimedia brake failure is part of the tools. Even if one person died and many others got injured and others also were affected, that is part of the Yoruba people that have been taken out. So gbogbo pé mọ́tò yẹn ní brake failure is a lie. I'm going to take us back to during the COVID. How many of us remember the COVID? The whole of the Southwest was a complete lockdown, but Dangote truck continued to move people from the north further down with weapons. These are machineries. These individuals, enter Walori, Koikimedia to do it. I'm going to switch around because money the phone here, because only Koikimedia play that in. So I'm going to start the live first and then I turn it off because I need to use the phone, because somebody sent me something today and it has always been part of what I've been saying. Terry, there's a lot of things happening in Nigeria right now that many people are not hearing because a lot of people are hungry. So that means that people will not even know what is happening because the news is not going to be picked up by the mainstream media. Tabasope mainstream, the TVC, the channels, the NTA, and the rest of them. So as soon as I go live, I'm going to turn this off after a few seconds. I haven't got the time to be Kamakirawa Kosieni Ale. Let's go to Tinubu quickly. So this one is live now. The money lati charge it, Kumaloku, so that they can feel recharge. The value of our share program, you know, I do about our share. So that key our zero our life, call it our life. So I'm a share. So I've already come live here. So hello, join me, Lori, live to switch on the laptop because I need the phone here. That if he. So I'm not disconnected, ladies. So I'm already live on the Koikimedia to do it. So hello, Lori, let's go back to President Bola Tinubu in Riyadh, one in Saudi Arabia. I will come back to Dangote. But like I said, Dangote was using his truck to bring non-indigenous Yoruba people from the top down to the bottom during the COVID. And if I look back to 2019, when that COVID was out, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, these individuals have now become matured. They've become very matured. And a sleeper cells does not activate. It might be wife minute. Mother program, clearly. Yeah. But you might call it Kunabi. All right, no problem. All right. So I'm just trying to bring you up to date quickly of so many things. Before Katolo Sodo Tinubu, I think I have this phone available now. It's coming up to 6:35. let me get this. I just want to remind us of this particular clip. Yeah, no. Let's listen to this briefly before we go into Tinubu. Thank you. This man warned us before he was killed, Malafia. Boshere Yoruba King Bono. I don't know the kind of people we are. We are very adamant that we are going to rescue Nigeria, even though Nigeria doesn't want to be rescued. King Bono. So Odibat Sin Kombawa di Bola Ahmed la Mamawaki Besita. During the COVID, like I said, there was a lot of shenanigans that was going on, being manipulated by the jihadists. Oh my God. Very weak now. So what happened in Ekpe is just one out of many things that would happen, either we like it or not. Listen to this man.
And the truth. And let me make some revelations, because some of us also have our own intelligence networks.
Okay.
Have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their high commanders. One or two who have repented. They have sat down with us, not once, not twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing. They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moved.
You see the word sophisticated web, they have a sophisticated network. Their network is far beyond anything you can think of. And when somebody that has an inside knowledge was warning us about Boko Haram has a sophisticated network, Dangote is part of the network. El Rufai is part of the network. Ganduje is part of the network. Sultan of Sokoto is part of the network. All the northern cabals are part of the network. But the Yoruba people do not want to accept that the terrorist has sophisticated network. And this network is still operating even after 2022, as we were told that there is going to be a civil war in Nigeria. The question is, who is calling for war? I'm getting people calling me and say, Koiki, be careful, don't allow UK to charge you for treason, be careful, we've read your article on Sahara Reporter that you're calling for war. Are you all crazy? I'm sorry to say, Malafia told us that there is going to be a war, and I am warning the UK government to avoid war, stop this amalgamation, lest they amalgamate. If not, there will be war against people that wants to kill us. Because people that wants to kill you, you got to kill them. You got to take them out. That is what America does, and that is what President Bola Tinubu is telling us in Riyadh. I'm just trying to bring all these into discussion. I've paused the Malafia, but I want to give us another person's view that is of current. This is not last year. This is a current one that we were warned, just like Malafia was warning us. And I want to bring it because it's on the Biafra Sisters Network. Remember the video we were playing this morning? Let's listen to these parts that he was telling us in that clip about Susie Willis, but that is not what we're going to use. I want us to listen to these. And then let's ask ourselves, two different people. One is from, I think Lake Malafia is from a Plateau State. If I'm not right with that, please help me in the comment section. But the other one is from the Yoruba side that is also warning us of what is being played in Nigeria. And I have the video ready for us. I just want to get it before we play it. So let's listen from here, and then it will catch in as we go in.
You have traditional institutions in the country, you have Jews in the country, and Sharia law is only constitution that is embedded in Nigerian constitution. So one will think twice that no, this thing is not supposed to be one. Instead of them to actually discuss the 1999 constitution, it is a fraud already. That constitution is a fraud. Now what you are doing now, you want to start, advancing the interest of those religious groups to actually now confirm that Nigeria is an Islamic state. And let me tell you something that people don't know. This thing was caused by the British. Between 1900 and 1960, they knew that they cannot govern the North except they allowed them to practice their religion, and they were using their religious leader to basically govern them. It is called indirect rule. Immediately after independence in 1960, the British knew that they shouldn't have forged these two people together. They know. But because
the British knew. So those of you that are calling me and say, oh, don't let them charge you for treason. But the British knew that you shouldn't bring people that do not want the same thing together. So why is it that Awalefe put under the spotlight, but the terrorist that is meant to be on the spotlight is now being kept away? Why? Why are we like this? So why are you scared of the British trying to pin me down for saying the right thing that they knew even before I was born? That you can't put Yoruba and Igbo together. You can't even then mix the Fulanese. You can't even add Hausa to it. And they put everybody in one country and expect us to live together without any hiccups. And warning is coming from all sides of the world that this unity is bringing war on our homeland, on our territory, and it's becoming ungovernable. It's destroying human lives. It's affecting people. Is that not what the Biafra are talking about? So why then is it that we are running away from the reality and trying to focus only on the people and say, oh, don't allow Britain, to pin you for treason? So are you saying that Britain doesn't know what they created? Let's listen back to Malafia from here.
Up and down as though there was no lockdown. Moving ammunitions, moving logistics, moving money, and distributing them in different parts of the country. They're already in the south.
This man told us that they were moving money. One move Owo, one move Eyon, one move personnel, one move Gbogbo, and they are already in the south. Which south is he talking about? Southwest, ni Ile Yoruba. and 4 years down the line, people are saying, no, it's a brake failure. Dangote truck just killed people. It's a brake failure. How? Are you serious? Báwo la ṣe ń ronú báyìí? So how did we get to where we are accepting the lies of the propaganda that it was just a brake failure, knowing fully well that we were warned about 4 years ago? It's not 10 years ago. It's not 20 years ago. Only 4 years ago, we were all warned by the late Dr. Malafia that people have sophisticated network. Up to private jets was moving weapons and money, and they were distributing it. And evidence is showing, because our people can no longer get to the farm. In the last 4 years, we have lost kings, we have lost humans. As I speak to you right now, the family of another kidnap case that I've been told not to give too much details, because what Itigbeni Esile is currently happening as I speak to you right now. This is not last month, or this one is a current one. But the family have pleaded that I shouldn't give. They've given me all the lowdown, all the details, but they are begging me not to say it out yet in the public domain. And people are now coming and say, "Oh, it's a black day in Nigeria because Dangote truck just had an accident." It's not an accident. It's a terrorist attack. The UK was attacked in the June or July 6, 2006. 06 UK attack. I believe it was July. 1 minute. UK 2006 terrorist attack. In 2006, I believe this is the one. 1 minute. People that wants to attack you would do whatever is necessary to make it happen. Bear with me. I want to get that fact of the... Okay, it was 2005. The London bomb. And this is coming from the... Okay, I think this is the Wales... Okay, the British Transport Police website. But they have it in English and another language. That's why I was almost confused. I'm not sure why my camera is off on the YouTube. Let's go out and come back in. I'm not sure what is going on there. Maybe my Wi-Fi. Okay, it's not connected to the Wi-Fi. Why? That is strange. Maybe the internet ran out. How come this one is not connected to the Wi-Fi in the house? That's the reason why. Bear with me, I'm coming back in a minute. All right, then we should be good now. Emma Binu, it was my Wi-Fi was not paired with the phone. Terrorists use everything to kill. Terrorists use everything to attack innocent people. Let me bring, because the reason why it's UK, because I don't want you to look at it as, oh, it's because you are in UK, you are promoting whatever that some of you say. But I was in this country when terrorists attacked us, and part of what they used was the public transportation system. We were. I mean, I was not on the ground. Neither was I on the bus. But these are the two things that I use frequently in this country. So it could have been me. So let's read through quickly. And it was not 2006. It was actually 2005. And it's called the London bombing of 2005. If you have never heard about it, you're hearing it for the first time now, that UK was bombed in 2005. By terrorist organization. On the 7th of July, 2005, 4 suicide bombers struck London transport network. People were killed. Àwọn èèyàn kú, just like Dangote truck that is used as a terrorist has killed people in Ekpe today. But the average Yoruba man or Nigerian will say, shut up. It was just a brake failure. Even though Malafia warned us that during the COVID, during the lockdown, they were moving ammunitions. They were moving their strategic pointer from pointer, putting people where they want them to be and activate them as at the time they need them to be activated. Let's listen before I come back again to London bombing. And I'll tell you how many people were killed on the London. All these deaths that I'm going to tell you in London happened within the London transport network. Listen again to Malafia Obadia.
And the truth. And let me make some revelations, because some of us also have our own intelligence networks.
Okay.
Have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their high commanders. One or two who have repented. They have sat down with us, not once, not twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing. They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down as though there was no lockdown. Moving ammunitions, moving logistics, moving money, and distributing them in different parts of the country. They're already in the south, in the rainforest of the south. They're everywhere. They told us that when they finish these rural killings, they will move to phase 2. The phase 2 is they will go into the urban cities,
like Ekpe,
going from house to house, killing prominent people. I can tell you, this is the game plan. By 2022, they want to start a civil war in Nigeria.
Now, I did not say that. I am not calling for war. We are told that they want to start a civil war, but many Nigerians thought that that ended in 2022, that whatever Malafia was warning us then already finished in 2022 because we're in 2024. But what they forgot is terrorists do not forgive and do not forget. Let's bring you back to London. The London bombing. 52 innocent people were killed. Do you know how many people were injured? Guess. Quickly, about me, put in the comment section. In your military, who were injured. Let's accept that 52 people died. But do you know, I'm not bringing anybody in. If you send a request, I'm not taking any calls. I don't want to be distracted. I want to focus on this program. Do you know how many people were injured? 770 people were injured. Ẹlòmíì ti di aláàbọ̀ ara lẹ́ni. Ìyẹn làwa wá fi ń ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ìyẹn làwa fi ń ṣeré. Andro kí Ọọ̀ni of Ifẹ̀ sọ fún wa pé terrorists ò ní ṣe nǹkan kan fún wa. Andro de àwọn governors kan sọ fún wa pé are safe. How did we get to where we are? That was not an MOT failure on the truck. It's a terrorist attack. But the problem is we have a government that doesn't want to tell the truth and nothing but the truth. That Yoruba people have been attacked by terrorists because it's going to flag around the world. That is what they're doing. One bomole, we call it terrorist attack. Because the moment you say it's a terrorist attack in Lagos, because Ekpe is in Lagos, that sent a signal to investors, and that sent a signal across different parts of the world. The part of the world means that if Lagos announced that Ekpe, a Dangote terrorist truck, was used to massacre people, it could be 5 people, but people injured, it could be 1 person. Do you know the kind of headline that would travel around the world? So what they do is, or what they've done is, oh, just put it as a mechanic failure. And Nigerians accept that garbage. And Nigerian media are too scared to come out and tell us that that is not, because what I'm looking at in that accident that they're calling accident, that I'm looking at, I can show you, you can go on Twitter and type in Ekpe Lagos accident. These are innocent Yoruba people, innocent Igbos, Hausas, whoever is living around that area that have been affected tonight. But what do I know? People will just go to bed again because their government hasn't told them that we are all entrapped in a terrorist attack. I can't count the bodies I've got here. I don't want to play that audio. But I can see that even during death of innocent people, there is no dignity. Look at children being carried out of that truck, or people that got caught up because of these. And look at the headline as our people are putting in. Ghastly accident in Ekpe area of Lagos claims lives of many on Monday, caused by suspected brake failure of Dangote cement trailer. The same Dangote trailer that was bringing influx of Fulani terrorists into the southwest. Oh, Toripe, it was 4 years ago. They've all back to the north. Yoruba land is secure now. We have Amotekun, we have these, we have that. But these are part of terrorist agenda. Let me bring you back to London. I'm using London because this is where I was when the terrorists attacked us. And this was the failure of the Metropolitan Police and some of the security agency for their negligence to allow the death of innocent people in the UK. A lot of inquiries and a lot of amendment and a lot of changes, because these people that killed these 52 people and injured 770 in UK were known to the authorities. And they were still able to slip out of the system. What was she training? Now in Afghanistan, Pakistan, and they came back to kill innocent people. Eric Payne ti jáde, ó fẹ́ kí n tún fóun láyè kó tó wá sọ garbage ọ̀rẹ́. Èyí tí owó bá sọ̀rọ̀ garbage lánàá. You think I have that rubbish time to be giving you my platform to come and spill your rubbish on this platform and support all these criminal politicians? My platform is not for that nonsense. If you cannot speak only about Yoruba nation, I'm not interested in all garbage or rubbish discussion. I'm not taking calls yet, so if anybody's calling, I won't take your call. I'm not taking any calls, so I'm going to divert that call. I don't think many of you understand the situation of things. Let's read quickly. On the 7th of July 2005, 4 suicide bombers, èèyàn mẹ́rin pa èèyàn 52, what they injure 770. You don't need many of them to kill you. Many Yoruba people think that you will need 1,000 Fulani terrorists in Lagos to massacre you. 4 people were able to kill 52 people in London, the capital city of the world. 4 èèyàn mẹ́rin péré. And they were able to injure 770 people as well. And Yoruba people is expecting that maybe it will be one full load of truck of people that will attack. Gbogbo àwọn tó fẹ́ pa yín, tó fẹ́ attack yín, they have been put in different locations across Lagos, Ogun State, Ekiti State, Ondo State, Osun State, Kogi State, Kwara State, including Ekpe, like we saw today. And I'm looking at the dead bodies that is still being counted. Let's go back to London again. 3 of the blasts happened on the London Underground. A terrorist wants to take many lives. That is always their agenda. As many because their ideology is like that. So the ideology of the terrorists in Nigeria is to maim, kill, millions of people so that you will continue to be fearful of them. That is also part of the plan. Because the more they kill you, the more you will be scared. How many people wants to go to their village today? I mean, people still travel, but you'll have to think twice, because the case that I've been told involved traveling, but I will not tell you where or part of Nigeria the attack happened. The driver was killed on the spot. There is a negotiation going on as we speak right now for a large lump of money. I won't give the figure so that I don't give too much details. Let's come back to London. Wọ́n jẹ́ kó yé wa pé ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní 2005 ní London ó pa èèyàn 52, èèyàn mẹ́rin péré ló operate. You know why? Because they've been given a full training of terrorists outside the UK that the UK government security failed to stop them. And if UK can fail to stop terrorists in 2005, they've changed a lot of things now. It'll be very difficult for an attack to happen. And as I speak to you right now, let me tell you where we are in terms of the level of threat to UK, so that you can understand that I am not pushing a threat to Nigeria, but I am also using UK as the eye mark of my discussion. Where are we today on the threat level in UK? The threat level in UK, according to the UK government, where we are today, and I can share the link if you are still not sure or believe what I'm saying. Terrorism threat levels. The threat level indicates the likelihood of a terrorist attack in the United Kingdom. The national threat level, the threat level to the UK, which include England, Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland, from the terrorism is today under substantial. And what does that mean? We have 5 levels of threat level to the UK. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Manu. UK they were the number Iketa. Do you know what that means? That means that there is a likely going to be an attack in this country, but they're working around the clock to stop it if they can pick the information quickly. But Yoruba people are sleeping, because if information were you that this is going to happen, Wamani to the Yoruba nation. I want Sanwo-Olu last year. How many people remember? How many people remember that we want Sanwo-Olu, your governor, to beef up the security surrounding Lagos State? And I want Yoruba nation doesn't mean we shouldn't protect the lives of millions of our people and our neighbors and those that are not Yorubas that are residing in Lagos that has about 20 million people. But Yoruba nation, what has that got to do with me? It has got to do with me because intelligence is still pointing that Lagos will be bombed. Take it or leave it. Lagos, that you are all saying, Lagos, they will bomb Lagos State, just as London was bombed in 2005. It's not a kind of what you want to hear, but that is the fact. They've not finished with Lagos yet. Lagos State. So, the threat level is put together by a joint terrorism analysis center and the security service known as the MI5, one of the most secretive organizations in the world, but they failed to protect me and the UK citizens in 2005. They failed. They knew these people, but they failed to stop them in time to activate their threat to the lives and businesses. Some people have to relocate out of the UK completely because they thought it is no longer safe. But today, I see hours and hours telling us that now is the option to exit Nigeria. Some idiot, some stupid people will come and be telling you all kind of rubbish because we can no longer defend ourselves within Nigeria. They defend our more. Is Nigeria still working for you to be able to protect you? If UK can failed me in 2005, and the UK is telling us to wait till 50 years, our political correctness, open line to defend nonsense. But the same President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I'm just trying to move swiftly, has gone to Saudi Arabia. Those are people screaming. We can hear the sound. Let's just hear the sound so that you can feel it. But we are forgetful people. I sent my team to Owo after the massacre. May God bless the soul of Aketi. He cried. He's a man. But he cried because he couldn't hold it. How many people of you remember Owo massacre, the terrorist attack? We have forgotten. But I remember the audios. I have it in my archive. I can pull it out, but not tonight. The sound of the cries of women and children for the attack in Owo, in Ondo State by terrorists. Tinubu went there, but he played politics as usual. Tinubu loved Owo massacre, a terrorist attack. All of it kalu. All of it play politics. President Tinubu today used Owo massacre to play politics. And this is the man you want us to trust with our life, to protect us in Yoruba land today. Could they protect Lagbaja? Emma Bino family Lagbaja. Tinubu failed to protect him. He was killed like a chicken. He couldn't protect Lagbaja. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu failed to protect the former late chief of army staff, Taoreed Lagbaja from Osun State. Amati Gbagbe Owo massacre. We can hear another audio again. Listen, I don't want that audio of the music. I want something that can rectify another audio. Let's see if this one comes with a sound. This one doesn't come with a sound because that one added another person's audio. Let's see if we can hear that. Do you know that these are the same people that are hungry? No government, no support from the system. These are the same Nigerians that are struggling, that they have to go out every blessed day to earn 2,000 naira. You know what the World Bank is saying? That an average Nigeria needs about $2. Two of these. This $1. You need $2 on a daily basis if you're going to survive Nigeria. And the dollar, if I'm right today, is just about under 1,000. Let's cap it at 1,005. So you need 3,000 naira to survive every blessed day. So that means I want to terrorist paleni. Don't so is a I don't know important. So on Instagram it's gonna go up, but it's gonna come back because it's only 1 hour. Let's move swiftly. I'll wait till that comes back before I tell you what Tinubu says in Saudi Arabia. Let's listen more to the late Malafia Obadia. Why are we trying to rescue Nigeria? Kidney Nigeria rescue. That is to Yoruba people that want one Nigeria.
Don't joke with what I'm saying. I have a PhD from Oxford of our own intelligence networks.
Okay.
I have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their high commanders. One or two who have repented. They have sat down with us, not once, not twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing. They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down as though there was no lockdown. Moving ammunitions, moving logistics, moving money, and distributing them in different parts of the country. They're already in the south, in the rainforest of the south. They're everywhere. They told us that when they finish these rural killings, they will move to phase 2. The phase 2 is they will go into the urban cities, going from house to house, killing prominent people. I can tell you, this is the game plan. By 2022, they want to start a civil war in Nigeria. Don't joke with what I'm saying. I have a PhD from Oxford University. I'm a central banker. I don't talk nonsense. So don't joke with what I'm telling you. I have this from the highest possible authority, higher authorities of some of the commanders of the killers and Boko Haram.
You said northern governors, past or present, Dr. Badaya?
No, current. No, they said one of them is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. One of them. And they are not looking for money. They have more than enough. In fact, he told me they just came back from...
They are not looking for money. They are not looking for money because Owokoni problem one. If they are not looking for money, what are they looking for? Maybe this other man can help us. Let's allow the advert to go through first. Maybe this man can help us analyze what they are looking for.
But because they want to achieve the divider.
Let's listen to them.
So one will think twice that no, this thing is not supposed to be one.
Instead of them to actually discuss the 1999 constitution, it is a fraud already. That constitution is a fraud. Now what you are doing now, you want to start, advancing the interest of those religious groups to actually now confirm that Nigeria is an Islamic state. And let me tell you something that people don't know. This thing was caused by the British.
I'm coming.
Between 1900 and 1960, they knew that they cannot govern the North except they allowed them to practice their religion, and they were using their religious leader to basically govern them. It is called indirect rule. Immediately after independence, 1960, the British knew that they shouldn't have forged these two people together. They know. But because they want to achieve the divide and rule and to be able to conquer and take our resources and steal whatever they want to steal over the years, they merged these two people together. They could not govern the North and South under one religious or administration. They know. So they're not being independent and march you people to work together. That was why the 1960 coup started. That was how the Civil War started. Now, 86, Babangida came with OIC stuff, trying to Islamize us. It didn't work. In 1999-2000, when Obasanjo came, he permitted them to start practicing Sharia. Today now, they want to consolidate it. Once you remove that person, all of us, whether you are Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, Jukun, Christian, traditional, you are now under the law, the Islamic law, because they put it in the constitution.
In fact, listening to the member that was representing Ahoda East Abu Anudua Federal Constituency, River State. I want to get his words. He said personal matters that was envisaged, he says, by the people who drafted this constitution. And I want to quote him. The implication is, if the word personal is removed, Islamic law would have broader implications. The word personal was put there for a reason. Let's talk a bit about this whole conversation about Islamizing the country with our population and our dynamics. You know, is it possible that someone can sneak this in at some point and force all of us under some sort of regulation that we do not ascribe to? Is it possible that this can happen in this country?
It is possible, and don't be deceived. It's going to happen. Do you know Constantinople? Today's Turkey? They were almost 98% Christian for now. Today, there is an Islamic country. I mean, I did Islam in my master's program, and I was trained by Professor Alijani. He's a Persian. He's an Iranian American. And I scored A. That's excellent in Islam. So I know them. It may take them 1,000 years. They will Islamize Nigeria. So they will take it slowly, gradually. They don't forget. All of us will be dead after some time. Our children that don't care, or this Gen Z will come. They will still Islamize this country. If they can do it in Turkey, today's Turkey, what stops you? Why do you think they won't do it here? Except we take steps now, because we are the ones that are talking about these things. Our next generation in 50 years will not even care. You understand? So I'm thinking that if some part of the country, I don't want to be specific, if they feel strongly about an ideology, a religious, but I think they can restrict it to their area. And I think maybe Tinubu should do well by developing this issue of regional autonomy where everybody should organize themselves, or at worst, let the country actually go apart, and you can do whatever you want in yours.
Let the country go apart. What is the problem for the country to go apart? Let me quickly go back again to London bombing in 2005. Right as we speak today, UK has 5 threat level. Márùn ni wọ́n ní. Nínú márùn yẹn a wà ní number 3. That means pé an attack is likely in the UK. That is how it is. So in Nigeria, don't make it as I am making it up that there is likely to be an attack. TUK budget number 3, with all the advancement of technology, with everything that they are doing to protect us. And where do you think Nigeria is today? Nigeria is even far more than number 1. Because what we know in the UK tonight is that anytime they can attack this country. Tó bá jẹ́ pé a wà ní low, attack is highly unlikely. Tó bá jẹ́ pé a wà ní moderate, an attack is possible but not likely. Sí nínú méjèèjì yẹn, àwa wà ní number 3, substantial. An attack is likely. That means I can go out today and a terrorist can attack any part of UK. That is what it means. So ìwọ tó wà nínú Nigeria, every day you are going out, put it at the back of your mind that there is going to be an attack. Because that is why we are being told all the time, you say it, we can sort it out. But many of us are saying it in Nigeria, but they are brushing it aside because they do not agree with us, especially our campaign for Yoruba Nation. We have become the enemies of your governors. We have become the people that they don't want to reckon with what we say. And what the amalgamate in Nigeria, when you amalgamate, and it can't obajade because of one amalgamate or amalgamate, they can come out. And so far, Obakoki agreed any war amalgamate in Nigeria. Our content is so possible. Do you ever people Yoruba people say, so possible call amalgamate wa kaon Igbo ma come out kaon Igbo mo? Who controls Nigeria in terms of the reason why Nigeria is still holding today? Yoruba people. It's the Yoruba people that is still holding that net of Nigeria together. And the day that the Yoruba people can pull out of that net, the country fall apart. But the Yorubas do not want it to fall apart because they are still entrapped in the net. So the Igbos are not going to be told before they sign a new amalgamation, because we have actually put them on the side. The Igbos are no longer part of Nigeria because we have already pushed them. We didn't give them what they need. We didn't give them the port. We didn't give them anything. And we are saying that they're pushed down to the southwest. Why do you want them to survive? And if they survive, will go to any length to survive, even if they have to cut your mother's head off. They will do that. But what we are trying to explain tonight is that there was an attack in London in 2005 that I have been in this country before that time. I have lived in the UK NOV, and that will be my first experience of a terrorist attack. But the only thing is, I was not anywhere that vicinity. I could have been on the London transport network because 52 innocent people died and 770 people were injured. 3 of these blasts happened on the London Underground just at the peak of the rush hour. In this country, anything after 9:30 is when you get a bit of discount to travel on the train. But before 9:30 is classified as a rush hour. It's called the peak. Because that is the time that people that are meant to be going out are going out. As compared to Nigeria, where many of you are waking up, you would love to go somewhere, but there's nowhere to go to because there's no opportunity or any job. And I'll be telling you what this guy, I will not be able to play his video because he has done it himself. And I'm talking about a guy that says it's called Tayo. And I have listened up to the 4 minutes. I can risk it to play the 4 minutes to you only. And yet many Nigerians that are living to the UK for different reasons. I'll wait for me to play that video for you to listen. It will just be coming as an audio. But you can go and watch the full 20 minutes. About 162,000 people have watched it. And the headline says, why everyone is leaving Nigeria for the United Kingdom. Is a mind document that exploits the lives of Nigerians who left the country many years ago, like myself and many of our fathers. He left Nigeria 49 years ago. He has not returned back. A Yoruba man. Many years ago to start over in the United Kingdom. According to Tayo Ayino, he traveled to London, Manchester. I live in London. I'm telling you about the bomb blast in London. I was in Manchester where Olorioko hosted us with all the great individuals in Manchester that are Yorubas and the Nigerian community. Meeting up with different Africans willing to tell their story. I am telling you my story on a daily basis. You don't need Tayo Ayino, but it's good because he's a documentary man. But I live here. I know more than what he's telling you because I have been telling you everything that you need to know, especially how immigration almost destroyed me for 15 years. Because you are crippled. You can't do anything, but that's not where I'm going. So Book of Ekemokwe, we have that audio to keep you going in a few minutes. Let's go back now to the London bombing. The reason why I'm pushing on the London bombing is so that Tiban Sokbo bomb Lagos. Don't come and tell me, oh, it's too much for me to say. Because I know the kind of people we are. We are too scared. Erumbawa. Okay, Tobati ni Mosile fún prison. What Mandela sinulini. Mandela was locked up for a very long time. Ere Mandela mashiwa ni iwaju parliament temi relojojumo. Maybe some of you don't have the visa to come here and see. Some of you live in London, you don't even know where it is. Some of you living outside London, you've never even paid a visit to see them. Do you know what that means? It's a symbol of hope. That Mandela tilu ikpe the criminal, talk with the terrorists, they end up putting a statue right opposite the parliament building that created Nigeria. So those of you that always call and say, can't take it easy, is because you're scared. and you are part of the people that failed us. So better Kera, keep behind. Kemaya cat Arawa. Don't tell me that they'll put me, put my words as a treasonable offense. When UK knows that war is coming in Nigeria, you think that they don't have all the document, everything prepared? War prepared. The Navy warship is currently in the shore sea of Nigeria as I speak to you right now. UK is preparing for war. Why you are there telling me, oh, that I'm bringing war? UK knows that there's a war going to happen in Nigeria, whether they like it or not. America knows there's going to be a war. Likewise, all the international community. But we are people that are too scared because death is something that you don't want to happen. Oh, you don't want. Igboho was held for 2 years. So can you come and send any nasty message to me or come and put me pé ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo sọ yẹn ó ti pọ̀jù ẹnu mi lọ. 3 of the blasts happened in London underground on around 8:50 a.m. That means it's a peak time. That means they want as much casualties as possible, and they got it. They got 52 people out of the way. 52 people out of the way, and 770 are today people that are struggling. Elomi, life has changed completely. Láti join. Bóyá máa ń rìn wọnú ilé ẹ̀ lọ sókè ni kò lè dẹ́n tó rìn mọ́ láti fún ní ground floor. Yes, those 770 were all looked after and taken care of in this country. That is the great thing about this country. But nobody is taking care about anybody. Ilé tó ti ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀lẹ̀ nísìn tó ní accident ni, it's not an accident, it was a terrorist attack. Either you take what I have said and agree with it, or you will end up being one that I will have to talk about you one day as well. 3 of the blasts happened on the London Underground on around 8:50 a.m. in the vicinity of Aldgate, Edgware Road, and the Russell Square stations. The 4th device exploded at about 9:47 a.m. on a bus. London bus, the man joko siyen. Kewako, imagine. Don't say Koiki ko le shele, because we are still being told that this country there's likely substantial attack. We pray it doesn't happen, but I want to pray now. Ẹni tó jáde láàárọ̀ nísìn tí terrorist lọ pa lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ nísìn lẹ́pẹ̀. Ẹ rò pé òun náà ṣàdúrà ni. Oh, ìwọ nìkan ló máa dúrà ṣe. No, mo ń bèrè ni. So you think that your prayer is much more important than theirs. It's because there's a failure in the system. I won Sanwo-Olu last year, but Sanwo-Olu thought that if last year ni ọdún mi la wà nísìn, we see what has happened. And that is one out of many that is going to happen. They will bomb Lagos State. Take this or deny it yourself. They will bomb Lagos State. And I'm talking about the terrorists. So why then don't we shut it down before all this happens is what I still don't understand. Monica shut it down. Come about bomb Lagos. Can it protect Lagos State? Can it protect Ogun State? But ite mi so yen lon kan lára. Abi beko. Ite mi so yen lon kan lára now. Be mo ni a ma short airport torí ẹ fẹ́ travel lọ sílé. Ilé yẹn wà lẹ́mìí ju terrorist tó pa àwọn èèyàn wa lọ lẹ́ni. Oh, torí pé ó ti pé family ẹ wà lára àwọn tó kú, ó rí pé kànìyẹn. It can now, because if you think about it, even if it was an Igbo person that was caught up, even if it was an Hausa, we have to think about humanity first before anything. But it can anyway. It can now. She family mi ò sí nínú àwọn tó kú, so àwọn tó kú yẹn nísìn àwọn náà ní family. Ta ni family ẹ gbàdúrà pé kí terrorist wá pa. Adẹni pé ká dàrú, ká dà gbogbo ẹ̀, ká dàrú, ká fi 3 years ká fi dàrú, ṣe lẹ́ ń sọ pé kí n shut up. Ẹni wọ́n fi charge mi fún treason. So àwọn tó pààyàn lẹ́nu nísìn kí ló padà ṣẹlẹ̀? Wọ́n ní Dangote trailer accident, brake failure. Ta ló sọ fún pé brake failure? London bus was attacked at 9:47 a.m. The 4th device exploded. Bomb ló ń pè bẹ́ẹ̀. Bomb ló ń pè bẹ́ẹ̀ pé ó explode. Kò ń ṣeré. Àwọn tó gbé wá wọ́n lọ ṣe training ẹ̀ ní Pakistan àti Afghanistan Nibiti MI5 to lose plot in here because they knew when they were going, they knew when they came, but what tab one lori. And we let you mama monitor one. So look when you say the UK government in monitor. UK government are too busy because they have a terrorist attack coming to their country. But I am warning them that the country that they created, it is high time that we review that country before it explodes. That's what I am telling them. But at the end of the day, we have Yoruba people and we have Nigerians that are talking nonsense because they don't have understanding. And that is why I am bringing the London situation to you to understand that if it can happen in London, take it or leave it. Every part of Yoruba land will be destroyed by the terrorists. You might say you don't want to accept it. At the beginning of this year, on the 16th of January 2024, Ibadan was bombed. Everybody saw it. Why are we living in denial? Why are we looking like I am the one bringing problem to Yoruba land when everybody can see the problem, but we are just looking it out of our windows? On the 16th, a mother, I can call her if you want me to. Mo le pe mommy tí ọmọ wọn kú. But show wa da ká máa remind wọn pé ọmọ wọn kú. Ìyẹn Tolúwa láṣẹ Kẹ́hìndé. Tó ti fi kú ṣàgbà fún wa nísìn. Kọ́lọ́n bá ń dúró tí ìyàwó àtàwọn ọmọ tó fi sílẹ̀. Imagine he has a British passport. A British passport holder that had no reason to go to Nigeria, but they believe that Nigeria is their home. Even though spiritually the mother said nobody goes to Nigeria. But he end up in Ghana, end up in Lagos. He could have died in this Ekpe bomb as well. But why are we like this is the question I'm still trying to understand by the Yoruba people, that we are under the siege of the Fulani attacks. But I am telling Oni at the early hours of this program, one is to slow down because unconfused mindset of Yoruba. Because the more Oni is going to party, the more Yoruba people are thinking that the whole land is calm. And Oni knows that the Yoruba land is not calm. He knows that from the spiritual realm. Because party ton lawyer, oh mama found Koni, Koiki shut up. She born in Lossy Kwara State in Isi, she born in Lossy Lagos in Isi, she born in Lolo. But Oni knows that we are in danger by the Fulani attacks on our lives. But the fact that because is holding a big responsibility, and the fact that is going to all this party is confusing the minds of millions of Yoruba people that says, I want to talk about the Lossy party, I want to let party now. I don't think some of you understand that we are at war. Wole Soyinka said it, but because you think that, oh, Emi wa vocal. No, it's that I am a journalist. I've told you that. A journalist has to present it the way he said it without mixing the words. Afitibati compromise. Tiba compromise. Everything that's in Lagos State is about. Okay. It's my good friend. They can be telling you all the lies that Lagos is getting better. Lagos is not getting better because there's a bomb attack that is coming to Lagos. One of it we saw in Ekpe today. Ojeki, every part of the Lagos state management, state level, local government, they should be in meeting right now, looking to why it happened. But because they've talked about it, that it's just an accident. So what do you expect people to do? People go out again tomorrow morning. But I am here now telling you that that attack was a terrorist attack. But I don't have anybody to back me up because Yoruba people that are stupid, well-educated, refuse to speak out. And people who are still thinking that we are here because we don't like Lagos State. My mom is a Lagosian, even though my dad is from Ogun State. Lagos will be attacked, and I hope someone will prepare more before Christmas to save many lives. One more bomb Lagos or Mutusofuye again. Let's continue. So, in London bombing of 2005, the last device, that device was not meant to be used up. Because remember that 3 train station was attacked. But the last person to get here, Danny, it's okay when they started shutting down the network. Because when they realized that there was an attack in Nowgate, and straight away they knew that it was a terrorist attack, they shut down the whole network. And that means that person to get backpack the last bomb,
ó gbọ́dọ̀ wá sókè because wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ sọ fáwọn ẹ̀ pé everybody start coming out of the station. So literally that means that imagine that even though his intention àníyàn ni gbogbo nǹkan, àníyàn Nàìjíríà ò dá fún Yorùbá, but Yorùbá people rò pé àníyàn tiwa dá fún Nàìjíríà ò fowó. This individual that was carrying the last backpack tó gbé dání tó dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé nǹkan tó wà níbẹ̀ ní tó lè pààyàn ni, ó dẹ̀ ń jáde pẹ̀lú àwọn èèyàn ṣe mọ̀ pé ní kankan ni tí wàhálà bá ṣẹlẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pátá ò ní mú jáde nulẹ̀. Bó ṣe máa rí nìyẹn when an attack happen kò ní sẹ́ni tó máa mọ̀ kankan mọ́, ìyá máa gbàgbọ́ ọmọ sílẹ̀ á máa kọ́kọ́ lé ayé rẹ̀. When you're on the plane you are told that to put on your mask before your child because if not, méjèèjì máa kú dànù. But Yoruba people is bearing, we are fearful of what is being played out on our lives on a daily basis. Instead of us to confront it once and for all and fight it and defend it, just as I'll come back to Tinubu, because that is exactly what Tinubu is saying in Saudi Arabia. In Saudi Arabia, but we come back to that. Let me move quickly on this. When that last person realized that they've shot, because no train was moving anymore. Now, let's look at the timing. Everything is timing. 8:50 a.m., there was an attack on the London Underground at the peak time. And it took another almost close to an hour before the last person did his own on the bus. When people are wicked and evil, they will do it even if it's the last minute. So it could be when you are not thinking is when they will activate. Just like Malafia told us, because many Yoruba people listen to that Malafia. Not that they didn't see it, they didn't listen to it. They listened because it was played around. But one year, 2022, no go 2022, that's Loton. But in 2024, Ibadan was attacked by terrorists. Ibadan was attacked. But Kini Seyi Makinde sọ ó ní kò sí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ju pé it was just an illegal miner. Kini illegal miner máa lò tẹ́lẹ̀ láti fi pààyàn. Wọ́n máa lo gbogbo èròjà tó yẹ kó lò. Kini àwọn tó pààyàn léni nísìn lò wọ́n lo mọ́tò. Ẹni tó pààyàn ní London ní 2005 kí ló lò? Ó lo explosion, àbí explosive rather. So he came out of the train after he has been told to come out. But kò sẹ́ni tó mọ̀ pé backpack yẹn in tó gbé dání in tó ṣì máa pààyàn ni. And it traveled on the bus at 9:47 a.m. The bus that had been diverted from Tava Square was close to the British Transport Police headquarters was at the time. The building became a base for the walking wounded to be assembled in. The British Transport Police officers and staff from across the organization worked tirelessly on the day of the bombing, which is what they should be doing in Lagos today. But Stebari Sanwo-Olu say, "Ole no tun lọ sí event of Fokon." What to pe Kábíyèsí? I don't know why they keep pushing Ooni of Ife láti wá máa ṣe MC, láti máa káàkiri. Ooni should sit in his palace for the time being. And bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Kábíyèsí. Sit in that palace for now and confuse ọmọ Yorùbá pé kò sí wàhálà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Wàhálà ń bẹ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ẹ yé lọ sí gbogbo party tẹ̀ ń lọ yẹn. Ẹ slow down for now. À ń bẹ̀ yín ni sà. A lè sọ̀rọ̀ sọ́ba. À ń bẹ̀ yín ni. A tó bẹ́ẹ̀ ká sọ̀rọ̀ sí yín. But party tẹ̀ ń lọ yẹn ti pọ̀ jù. Ó ń confuse the mindset ọmọ Yorùbá pé kò sí problem. And we are in danger. Ìlú tó bá dẹ̀ wà in danger, ó yẹ ká buckle up ni, ó yẹ ká prepare mind wa ni, because they are going to kill many of us. Wọ́n máa pa púpọ̀ nù wa ká tó débi tá ń lọ. Even if you still want Nigeria. Because the agenda of these people is one thing, they want to Islamize Nigeria, and they will do it, even if it's going to take them 1,000 years. America left everything in Afghanistan, and we saw the end today. Let's move swiftly. Many colleagues were honored for their extraordinary effort during what was described as one of the biggest challenges faced by the police service, even in the post-war Britain. One of the biggest challenges only 2005. Yeah. I was in this country. 1998 modelo. That means I was in this country, but roots in is one of my roots. That means I could have been dead myself. Because Auburn ni mo lò sí jù pé láti 1998 mo wọ̀ lùí. Auburn ò dẹ̀ jìnnà sí Russell Square because I told you I worked in the hotel for many years. Gbogbo area yẹn hotel ni tourist area ni. Now, according to the Chief Constable Paul Crowther says, the heroic effort of the British Transport Police personnel and all agencies who responded to this event of the 7th of July 2005 will never be forgotten. And we have called it 7-7. A lot of things have changed since 7-7. All the mistake, all the lapses were Bilu Idakoshe mistake. If not, what they attack Lui again. Every day they are making sure that our life is protected. But every day, Tinubu is running all over the place. And is going to Saudi Arabia to say this. Let's leave that London bombing. This is what Tinubu says in Saudi Arabia. In a rules based on international order, states have the right of self-defense. I love that word. Tinubu wo ojú àárí máa bo pẹ̀lú tó ń bọ̀ nínú Nàìjíríà. Tó bá wá tó time yẹn, tó bá bí ẹ̀dá ni mo sọ, kó sọ fún wa pé a ní right to self-defense because all these will be used against you. O lè lọ sí Saudi Arabia lọ máa sọ fún wọn pé wọ́n ní right to self-defense. Ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ lọ kọ́ bọ́ ṣe ń yìnbọn, ẹ lọ ràdá sílẹ̀, ẹ lọ ra gbogbo kan sílẹ̀. Ogun máa dé, a dẹ̀ máa defend ara wa torí pé olórí burúkú Tinubu kò lè defend wa, is a bomb bastard. Ọmọ àlè ni. Torí pé tó bá ń ṣọmọ àlè ni tó jẹ́ ọmọ ọkọ ni, ó jẹ́ kó sọ fún ọmọ Yorùbá pé ká lọ múra sílẹ̀ fún ogun Fúlàní tó ń bọ̀. Tóun fún ara ẹ̀ gan tí kò lè dá dúró. Tó bá pa before that time, bó ṣe pa Lágbájá dànù. I hope he doesn't get killed. I pray so. I pray so. Let's continue quickly. In the rules based on international order, the state have the right of self-defense. And I'm telling every sons and daughters of Yoruba to prepare to self-defense, just as Tinubu has said it as well. We must be able to defend everybody and protect the innocent one because Olori Buruku Buba governors in Tony Shanfan Oguma wole pa gbogbo ile yo kankan ni. Oguma wole pa yin. Ẹni tó bá wá ní Ogun ni wole pa Oguma wole pa wọ́n náà. I want you to take note of that word. Tinubu lọ síta ó ń sọ fún àwọn èèyàn níta pé states are based on international order. Every state have the right of self-defense. But wọ́n lè defend ọmọ Yorùbá ní Ogun State. Wọ́n lè defend ọmọ Igbo ní Anambra. Wọ́n lè defend àwọn tí wọ́n pa ní Kebbi. I think it was Kebbi or Sokoto. Àwọn tó ṣètò jẹ́ tán pera wọn ní Lukarawas. Wọ́n pa 15 innocent people. Olórí burúkú Tinubu ò lè rí nǹkan kan ṣe sí yẹn. You're right. What do you want?
Because I don't want to know when you're finished.
I still have about. I'll finish in 30 minutes. But what do you want?
I just want to know.
All right. Dear. In the rules based on international order, and this is what the Biafra would do for Tinubu. Ìjà ń bọ̀. Kò sẹ́ni tó lè dá dúró. Bóun ẹ̀ kò sọ pé kò ní dé ìjà ń bọ̀. Ìwọ ni kó lọ máa múra sílẹ̀. Ẹni bá fẹ́ sá lọ ló máa sá lọ. But gbogbo èèyàn lè sá lọ. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. And there will be lives that will be lost. I'm sorry to say that. Because life were lost in Ekpe today by another terrorist attack in Lagos State. Everybody has the right of self-defense. But self-defense must take proportionality into account in line with global legal, diplomatic, and moral frameworks. Tinubu eti Motombo. Kò understand that the Nigeria of today is not the Nigeria of 30 years ago. The Nigeria that we are talking about today, you cannot stop the Biafra. Neither can you stop the Yorubas. We are ready. If I am held and pinned down here, I can tell you that only 5 people will activate back in Nigeria on my behalf. Márùn péré, èmi ò ṣe Ìgbòho. Ìgbòho is another different Ìgbòho. Ìgbòho kan làwa náà. Èèyàn márùn péré la máa ní kó activate. And I'll send the code out. Tó bá pin mi mọ́ Louis, màá ní káwọn márùn yẹn kó activate. And they will do everything necessary to make things ungovernable. Just like Obasanjo said. So, ní kúre. Ẹni kó pin mi mọ́ bíbáyìí. Ẹ sọ fún wọn pé kó pin mi mọ́ bíbáyìí. Kẹ́ wá dánwò nígbà yẹn. Èmi ò ṣe Adéyínká grandson o. I am not Adéyínká grandson. I am Ọláyọmí Kóìkí ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú Òde. Àwa fẹ́ kú fún kọ̀tà gbé dání. Ẹ̀yin lẹ̀ fẹ́ kú. Ẹni tó dẹ̀ fẹ́ kú ó fẹ́ make sure pé ikú tẹ fẹ́ fi pa yẹn ẹ̀mí máa lọ sí tó pọ̀. Ní kúre. A ní kájọ kò kájọ sọ kájọ ṣọkúná ẹ sọ pé ẹ̀rọ pa ń ṣeré ni lórí social media. Ní ṣoríire. Ní ṣoríire gbogbo yín pátápátá. Ẹ sọ fún UK government. Òṣìtọ́ dá sílẹ̀ sínú Nàìjíríà tá à ń sọ fún wọn pé kọ́ wá ọ̀nbọ̀ndúlẹ̀ tọ́nà àwọn onígbọ̀n yẹn à ṣe fúnra wa. Let's continue. Today in Riyadh ní Saudi Arabia olórí burúkú ó kúrò Nàìjíríà ó ń lọ sí Riyadh ó ń sọ̀rọ̀ self-defense. Kò fún àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá T.Y. Danjuma ẹ rántí fídíò yẹn ó wà lórí software mi ni. Ó ní everybody should be armed láti lè defend ààrẹ. Tẹ́ bá rò pé lọ́la ń pa. Let's bring this video in quickly as well. And listen to it. This happened again in Yoruba land. Torí pé orí ọmọ Yorùbá ó pè olùṣèlú pọ̀ lójú púpọ̀ nínú ibi tẹ́ bá ti. This is, I'm sure some of you have seen the image. I will not be able to show you the image. Ẹ kàn gbọ́ soundtrack yẹn.
Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, our for Yoruba nation, our for Yoruba nation, our for Yoruba nation. Wọ́n ò wí kò ní ṣàìsọ kí ẹgbẹ́ máa tẹ́tí lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ kí ọ̀gbá máa fiyèsí ilẹ̀ ìjọ́kò tó jọ́ ìjọ́kò tó jọ̀ tí bàbá bí alákọ̀ọ́rí ọmọ tó sì sọ ní ìtìjú nù náà ń kọ́ ṣebí ọmọ ilé wọn ní ṣe ní ìyànà tí ń gbẹ ní ìjàyè gbáǹkọ́ ṣebí tí Ọ̀yọ́ là ń wí. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ fọ́nrán tí mo fẹ́ sẹ́ni sí yìnyín on the 5th oṣù kọkànlá yìí November ló ṣẹlẹ̀. Àwọn kan mọ́tò kan ń bọ̀ ní Ọ̀sẹ̀ local government. Mọ́tò yẹn wá bírèkì ní Ọ̀sẹ̀ local government. So àwọn Fúlàní wá jáde sí wọ́n wá kidnap àwọn onímọ́tò yẹn wọ́n kó àwọn mẹ́rin lọ. Àwọn mẹ́rin tí wọ́n kó lọ yẹn ẹ̀gbọ́n wọn wá sọ fún wọn pé káwọn kidnapper yẹn àwọn Fúlàní yẹn kó yọ̀dá kan fún òun kó lọ gba àwọn demand 3 million kó lọ gbà wá nílé. Ṣùgbọ́n nígbà tí àbúrò ẹ máa dé ilé àti gba 3,000 yẹn wọ́n á promise ẹ̀ sí Monday ọ̀túnla Monday ọ̀sẹ̀ yìí tá a máa bọ́ sí yìí. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn Fúlàní yẹn wá sọ pé ó fọgbọ́n escape àbúrò ẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n wá yìnbọn sí lẹ́sẹ̀. Wọ́n ṣe yìnbọn sí lẹ́sẹ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ bẹ̀ sí ń wọ́. Ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ wá pa àbúrò ẹ̀ pé wọ́n ti yìnbọn sí òun lẹ́sẹ̀ o kó tètè máa bọ̀ o. Àbúrò ẹ̀ wá ní 1.5 million lòún rí. Gbà tó máa dé ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ ti kú. Kó tó dé àwọn ní kó ra bọ́m̀bìtà kó ra mílíkì kó ra take away kó ra chocolate gbogbo nǹkan yẹn làbúrò ẹ̀ rà wá. Gbà tó máa dé ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ ti kú. So wọ́n wá release àwọn mẹ́ta tó kù. So òkú yẹn ó wà ní FMC ní Ọ̀wọ̀ báyìí on the 5th of this month ni on the 5th on this month ni. Ṣé bí àwọn Fúlàní ṣe fẹ́ máa pa wá nìyẹn tí àwọn Fúlàní fi máa pa wá lẹ́yọ kọ̀ọ̀kan nìyẹn. So ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ jẹ́ ká rí sí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ẹ jẹ́ ká rí sí o ká mọ bí tá à ń lọ ká mọ bí tá à ń rè á dára fún wa o. King of West.
I'll just show you the still image. That is the man. Ẹgbà tó ń ṣe dádì ẹ̀ kò ń ṣe ọ̀nkú ẹ̀ kò lè dùn ẹ̀ náà. Kò lè dùn ẹ̀ náà báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ dùn ẹ̀? Ìtẹ́mi sọ yẹn ló ń dùn yìí. Ìtẹ́mi sọ yẹn ló ń pè nìyí. Mo ní tó bá pin mi mọ́ bí báyìí. Àdá èṣù tá a bá dá sílẹ̀ á ju ogun Biafra lọ. Ẹ má yẹ kájọ jókòó kájọ yanjú ẹ̀. and Tinubu lè lọ sí Riyadh ó ń sọ̀rọ̀ self defence ṣé mọ̀ pé tó bá jẹ́ pé every transport is told to carry weapon ṣé mọ̀ pé bó ṣe yìnbọn fún wọn yẹn ìyàn kan máa wà ní mọ́tò tóun náà máa mọ bó ṣe ń yìnbọn tó máa gbé tiẹ̀ jáde tó máa ta sókè pápápápápápá táwọn náà máa yá dànù ṣe lọ sọ fún gbogbo yẹn pé ẹ má gbé ìbọn dání o tàbá wá sọ̀rọ̀ ìbọn nísìn wọ́n fi ìbọn wọ́n fi pààyàn tá a bá jókòó síbẹ̀ táwọn ìbọn àwọn tẹ́rọ́rìsì fi ìbọn wọ́n fi ń dára sí ọmọ Yorùbá lára ṣe mọ̀ pé wọ́n pààyàn wọ́n tún ní kọ́ wọ́n tún padà gbowó wọ́n padà gba bọ́ǹfìtà wọ́n padà gba mílò orí gbogbo wọn ò pé èdè fẹ́ máa dè wá but àwọn ò ní gbà fún yín béèdì bá ń di ẹ̀yin àgbàlagbà ẹ̀yin ẹ̀gbọ́n wa tẹ́ẹ̀ní làákàyè tẹ́ẹ̀ní rònú rárá Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ kí dìde rọ àwa láyé kàkà kí èdè dè wá àfẹnu yìí àkọ́kọ́ fi jànà ìyẹn náà lè ṣe mo á rí pé gbogbo àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n yẹn ẹ̀yin àǹtí ìbẹ̀rù ló fẹ́ pa yín ikú ta dẹ̀ sì máa kú ta ló ní kú sọ yìí ń bẹ̀rù kú so ẹni tó pa yín nísìn ṣe ẹrù pé òun náà bẹ̀rù kú ni wicked people we are. Let's continue. Tinubu wa ń sọ lẹ́ǹkan sí according to a post on his X handle ní 4:20 p.m. láti Saudi Arabia ó ń sọ̀rọ̀ self-defense kò sọ̀rọ̀ self-defense ní ìlú ẹ̀ tí wọ́n ń ja ogun lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ pẹ̀lú Boko Haram àti terrorists àti lukarawas àti ISWAP àti kìnìkan àti this àti that jẹ́rìí pé ìkàlà ìdáni pírẹsidẹ́ǹtì ní tó bá ń ṣàlà ìdáni ṣé wọn kò yẹ kó sọ fún gbogbo yẹn pé ọmọ situation yìí a lè kọ́bẹ̀ ó ti kọjá agbára mi tí mo bá ní bíbá tó bá jẹ́ pé Tinubu wà very honest pẹ̀lú wa tó dẹ̀ sì fi keep Nàìjíríà òun ò lè kọ́bẹ̀ o kódà ìta òun rí nísìnyí pé kí gbogbo ọmọ Nàìjíríà kó lọ wà self-armed. Americans are well self-armed tó bá ṣe fégefége lọ sọ́dọ̀ èèyàn kan lamẹ́ríkà wàá fìbọn fọ́ orí ẹ̀ dànù adé sọ fún mi pé òun self-defense ló ń pè èmi wọ́n sọ nísìnyí pé káwà self-defense ẹni utterances mi ti pọ̀ jù ẹni mo fẹ́ gbógun wọlé Yorùbá ṣé kí n tún pilẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí torí wèrè pọ̀nù púpọ̀ nù wa wèrè ń ta wá lórí torí tá a bá ń ṣe wèrè ni ẹja gbọ́ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí tára ò bá fẹ́ yín ẹ̀ wá ń sọ fún mi pé èyí tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Ẹ̀pẹ́ tílẹ̀ bá tún máa mọ́ láàárọ̀ làtúgbọ̀ mi tọ́tùlá bá tún máa ṣẹlẹ̀ àtúgbọ̀ mi òkè torí ó jẹ́ 2 mẹ́ta àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ so à ń dúró kó dìgbà pé kọ́ ya wọlé kọ́ pa púpọ̀ nu wa ká tó self-defense lọ ra àdá sílé àdá tó ń pọ́n dáadáa rà sábẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀ torí o gbọ́dọ̀ defend ìyàwó àtọmọ torí àwọn tí let me play this one eléyìí máa link mọ́rọ̀ tí mo fi sọ nísìn wọ́n ṣe sẹ́ndẹ̀ sí mi ẹ̀yin tí ẹ bá ní àwọn information yẹn ẹ má pè mí ẹ ṣàṣẹ audio kẹfì ránṣẹ́ sí mi mọ̀ bọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ká mú eléyìí náà ká fi play torí pé 2 hours ní program ọ̀dọ́ lẹ̀ ti lọ. ẹ jẹ́ ká sáré gbọ́ ilé torí àsìkò wa ẹ farabalẹ̀ kẹ́ gbọ́ bí ìwà yìí mo sọ fún yín pé sleeper cells wọ́n ti wà nù Nàìjíríà wọ́n ti wà ní Lagos State mo ti ní káwọn ọmọ mi ẹ́díìtì kìíní yẹn ẹ túbọ̀ ràn wá lọ́wọ́ bó bẹ̀yìn ni ṣe rí iṣẹ́ mídíà tí information bá ṣe ń jáde a gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe píkí mo dúpẹ́ a request pé a fẹ́ phones àwọn èèyàn support wa but kò ń ṣe phones nìkan we need that support to keep coming so that we can continue to highlight the problem nítorí kí gbogbo Nigeria media máa sọ lélẹ̀ àwọn olórí burúkú olùsí àwọn brown envelope àwọn bomb bastard tó ní kú rẹ̀ gbogbo wọn sọ̀rọ̀ terrorist wá pa wọn ní Lagos State ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ audio yìí bó ṣe fi ránṣẹ́ sí mi láti and this is the image a Nigerian organizer confesses to aiding kidnappers and sparking public outrage across social media ẹni tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí gangan ẹ mọ̀ pé kò sí nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà èèyàn kan gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ kankan nípa in terms of ó máa relate mọ́ wọn ni ó máa family mọ́ wọn ni this is the phase ṣé lè yóò jọ àwọn tí Dangote ń kó wọlé ṣé ojú ń dùn yín àbí ṣé mi mo jọ ilé ṣé do we look like alike àwọn tó kó wọlé tí mo sọ fún yín pé these are high trained terrorists just like àwọn tó train ti UK tí wọ́n refuse láti nip the bud nígbà tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní 2005 but nígbà tí gbogbo wa wà comfortable in our own little cocoon ẹ farabalẹ̀ kẹ́ gbọ́ audio yìí torí pé ààrẹ ọjọ́ mu lókun. And this was sent to me by the person tó mọ̀yàn yẹn or however ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbọ́ ẹ farabalẹ̀ má bínú the background noise èmi náà ní láti jẹ́ kó tètè ní time wọn so bí a lè wá padà wá later fún late night but ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe lè tán náà ní kíákíá.
Farabalẹ̀ nù ọgbọ́n tí mo sẹ́ni fọ́tò sí yìí àwọn kidnapper agbódegbà ló ń jẹ́ ẹni tọ́rọ̀ yẹn ṣẹlẹ̀ sí gangan èèyàn mi ni.
ẹni tọ́rọ̀ yẹn ṣẹlẹ̀ sí gangan èèyàn mi ni.
gẹ́gẹ́ bí bàbá wa ládùúgbò.
bàbá wọn ládùúgbò.
àbúrò ẹni yẹn gangan ló ṣẹlẹ̀ sí.
àbúrò ẹni yẹn ló ṣẹlẹ̀ sí gangan. eléyìí ṣe pé wọ́n mẹ́kẹ̀ẹ́ ọ̀.
ẹni yẹn máa ń ṣe táyà lọ́dọ̀ wọn ẹni yẹn náà sì sí wọn ẹni yẹn máa ń fún lówó. ohun tó wá fọ́nì ni wípé ẹni yìí gan ló tún rán àwọn ọmọ ẹni yẹn ní school.
bóyá kí n kò sáré summarize ẹ̀ torí ẹlòmíì ojú ń kan yín ẹ fẹ́ sáré jáde à ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé ilé ayé ọmọ Yorùbá ti wà hang ẹ mọ̀ pé iṣẹ́ tí sleeper cells máa ń ṣe ni pé they will embed with you within the society àwọn lè máa ránṣẹ́ òun ló máa jẹ́ tailor yín òun ló máa jẹ́ kabúkabú driver yín òun ló máa jẹ́ ọ̀kadà yín kódà tá a bá ti wá rí wọn pé ilé ìdẹ̀ dá láàrin wọn èèyàn dáadáa lélẹ̀ àtúnrán wọ́n tún rán ọmọ ilé lọ sí school nílẹ̀ Yorùbá tá à ń sọ pé àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké wà mo rán kù mí kan nísìnyí níbi ìbá mo fi dárúkọ wọn ẹ̀yìn mo yẹ owó tó ti ná sí charity ní Nàìjíríà mo ti rí wọn látẹ̀ǹkan níbi táwa ń sọ pé ọmọ Yorùbá lọ sí school ilé tí wọ́n á rán ọmọ organizer tó padà ṣekú pa ó ràn lọ sí school mo sọ fún yín pé sleeper cells kódà tó bá ẹ̀yìn àìkí tó sọ ilé ìjà rẹ̀ jẹ́ ká máa gbọ́ lọ.
organizer àwọn ló wá gbìmọ̀ pọ̀ ló fún àwọn èèyàn lọ́wọ́ tó bá lọ jí ẹni yẹn gbé ẹni gangan ló fún ọ ní information tó fi lọ jí ẹni yẹn gbé òun nígbà tó ń jẹ́ ẹni yẹn gbé tó ń gba ransom tó ń gbowó lọ́wọ́ ẹni yẹn òun gba 2 million lòún gbà.
ẹni tó múṣẹ́ wá tí ó mọ èèyàn yẹn òun ló set up Èkó lélẹ̀ ti ṣẹlẹ̀ eléyìí ń ṣe abúlé Ẹ̀gbá ti Èkìtì state o máa sọ pé Koiki shut up mo sọ pé èmi ò kúrò níbi tí mo jókòó sí intelligent ń bá mi níbi ìbàdàn ojoojúmọ́ ni àti tinú UK àti tìta àwa náà ti rìn débẹ̀ ni àdúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run àdẹ̀dúpẹ́ fún bàbá wa Professor Akíntóyè mo dúpẹ́ fọ́lóyè Ìgbòho ẹ̀jà gbọ́bi tó kù sí.
máa mú àwọn èèyàn ló wá kà wọ́n jẹ́wọ́ pé ẹni yìí gangan pẹ̀lú olùfọ̀n ní formation.
nígbà tí ọwọ́ bá wọn kò ń ṣe pé àwọn ọlọ́pàá Nàìjíríà ò lè ṣiṣẹ́ gbogbo ẹ̀ ti corrupt náà ni nígbà tọ́wọ́ bá àwọn èèyàn lọ́wọ́ ni ẹ ṣe wá jẹ́jẹ́ o torí pé àmọ́ kankan nípa ilé jẹ́jẹ́ wa la jókòó tí sleeper cells tó múṣẹ́ wá fún wa òun náà gba 2 million ṣé wọn náà tó ń ṣe pé kankan mi màá kọ̀ sáré lọ máa dé ọ̀rọ̀ àjẹ́ ọlọ́kọ̀ dé o ẹ̀gbọ́n sókè.
wọ́n tó sọ everybody Dubai kò síṣẹ́ kò sí kankan kò sówó yóò gan àwa tá a jẹ́ olóṣèlú wọn gan lọ́wọ́ tá a wà yìí tí a bá fi nǹkan kún nǹkan mọ́ṣẹ́ tá à ń ṣe tí a parọ́ mọ́ a lè rówó jẹun because àwọn tó fẹ́ gbéṣẹ́ fún wa àwọn kan dúró láti gbá wa àwọn náà tó fẹ́ gba àwọn náà wọ́n tó fẹ́ ṣì tiwa so everybody kò ń ṣe nǹkan tó wù ú ibi tó bá yẹ ká lo màtíríàsì 3 sí àti ọkẹ́ 6 la fẹ́ lò torí pé oye tó fẹ́ fún ọ̀ká wa tá a bá dẹ̀ fi sí ṣé rí ìdíje Nàìjíríà báyìí sìn wọ́n tó bá pẹ̀lú ní pásítọ̀.
tí ẹni yìí sọ mo kí ẹ Arẹwà my sister, mo kẹ́yìn tó kù náà, ma kí yín briefly. Mo ní 11 minutes. A gbọ́dọ̀ kí yín torí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń wò wá náà, a gbọ́dọ̀ fún yín ní ọ̀wọ̀ yín. Ṣé rántí pé mo máa ń sọ kinní kan ní lóòrèkóòrè pé the sleeper cells are among us and we are feeding them. Àwa là ń feed wọn, wọ́n ti wá degungun, wọ́n ti tóbi mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́. How do we stop them? For now, you can't stop them because you are not in control of your borders. They are going out and they are coming back in. They are going out and they are coming back in. With all the foreign currency remittances to Naira, Owolabi and Rachel live were still taken. Ole tí èyí ti send lọ sí Nigeria láàárọ̀ yìí. Ole mà lèyí tèmi náà ti send it. How do we make sure we cripple this system so that we can be able to be saved? Ẹja gbọ́bi tó kù dé nínú audio tó fi ránṣẹ́ pé ẹni wá ń sàn kankan ìyẹn mo tẹ̀ ó recollect padà nísìn. Mo gbọ́ ọ̀nà mind mi tó travel too fast. Ṣé rántí bàbá wa Wòlíì Adépọ̀jù nínú àwọn fídíò wa kan pé Nigeria is a galloping economy. Irọ́ la bí. Bàbá yìí ti ṣe fídíò yẹn kò ń ṣọ̀rọ̀ 3-4 years ago. Arákùnrin wa ń jẹ́ kó yára pé bàbá Koiki à ń dọ́gbọ́n sí ní ibi tó bá yẹ ká lo sìmẹ́ǹtì 4, 2 máa lo 2.5. Ẹ wá nílé ń wó, ẹ wá ní gbogbo nǹkan, ẹ wá ní the whole structure is collapsing. Àwọn èèyàn wọ́n ń yọ nínú nǹkan tó yẹ kó fi ṣe odindi. Wọ́n pín sí half. We saw that with ilé tó collapse in Lagos State. Kí èèyàn lè expect pé bí ẹni yẹn ṣe gbowó tó greed. Wọ́n dẹ̀ sọ fún pé ó tún lè gbé flat sí bíbá ìlọ́ra lẹ̀mí. Ṣé Foursquare kọlọ́pàá àbí kíní kan àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ Délé Mọ̀mọ́dù tíyàwó ẹ̀ náà lọ tí a fẹ́ rò pé létà wá gbé pé ìyàwó Délé Mọ̀mọ́dù sínú accident yẹn. How many people? Ẹ rán mi létí nínú comment section. Ṣé Foursquare kọ́ ni? Tíyẹn náà ti gbé ní London rí, òun ní standard, òun ní àṣẹ kò ní standard. Because tó bá gbé ní London rí, ó jẹ́ kó mọ̀ tán pè ní integrity test. That is in tó ń jẹ́ káwa táwa labroad, káwa conscious of so many things. Kò ṣe páwa náà lè ṣe kankan, but tá a bá rántí pé tó bá ṣe Ọlọ́run máa jẹ́ kó mú mi. Ṣé mọ̀ pé mo sọ fún yín pé mo ń dóde DBS mi, wọ́n ti padà sẹ́ndẹ̀, ó padà dé, àdúpẹ́ fún. I'm security clear for now. Bó dẹ̀ ṣe máa rí nìyẹn torí àwọn ní intention láti kọ̀. Kò tẹ́ ń ṣe ta gbé dání mọ́ nísìn. Àtẹ̀ náà níyàn yẹn tẹ́lẹ̀, wọ́n ti sẹ́ndẹ̀ sí mi. Ó wà lọ́wọ́ mi bíbá kí n fi hùn orí ọ̀pẹ kó bá wá tójú bọ̀ ni. How many people ní Nàìjíríà tó jọmọ Yorùbá ló lè clear security pé ká bá gbórúkọ yín sínú system láàárọ̀ ìbá ìka gbé ó máa lànà búlà. Àti náà fẹ́ kí Nàìjíríà kó pín because intimidation. Èmi ti gba security clearance mi tó ń pè ní DBS. I've done it before, but I need it for something. Mo ṣe lọ tún ṣe. Ó kọ̀ wà lọ́wọ́ mi. Àwọn tó mọ̀ tó ń pè ní DBS tó ń gbé ní UK. Because àsìkò mi ti fẹ́ máa lọ and I don't want to waste too much time. Mo fẹ́ sáré lọ mú fídíò Tóyìn Àyìnà tí mo ń sọ pé mo fẹ́ fún wa ní just a bit of snip view. Iṣẹ́ takuntakun ló ń ṣe gbogbo wa náà la ní oríṣiríṣi ọ̀nà tá fi educate àwọn èèyàn. Ẹ wo fídíò tó ṣe audio nìkan ni máa jẹ́ kẹ́ rí.
Every year, thousands of Nigerians flood embassies.
And let me just say that I'm using this Akomalo just about 3 minutes out of it. Tó bá dẹ̀ sọ pé ká take that particular section down, I would take it down. Tó bá dẹ̀ ní pé wà ń bẹ̀ pé wọ́n mind, but I will not show you the videos. You can go on his page. He's doing very great guy. Kódà at some point, ó gbọ́dọ̀ ó lọ fi owó, ó lọ fi ra residency. Ẹ bá rántí, his name is Toyin Ayino. He's doing very well on the social media. He's making good money as well. I wish I can be making that kind of money as well. They are making good money. I'm not joking. YouTube ń sanwó gidi fún àwọn ilé. Ìyẹn la ṣe ń sọ fẹ́yìn pé ẹ support wa náà. My Koikimedia have about 49,000 followers, but Lai Mohammed make sure that I'm not being paid on it. What if we close it down finally? Where is Lai Mohammed? You see, ó máa kú wọ̀ ní mọ́bí táṣù ẹ̀ wà láṣẹ̀dùmarè. Ìyẹn bàbá burúkú yẹn tó ń sọ fún wa pé kò sí Boko Haram, everything is fine in Nigeria. Ṣé mọ̀ pé kò lè gbé ní state ẹ̀? Ọmọ Kwara state ni. Tẹ́ bá béèrè pé ṣé Lai Mohammed wà ní state lálẹ́ báyìí nísìnyí, olórí burúkú Àbújá ló wà pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké tó ń bá wọn sùn. Irú àwọn yẹn ò lè ní good credit check. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ tó yàn ìnà bí tí mo fẹ́ parí ètò ẹ̀ sí ni màá kí ẹ̀yin briefly ká tó máa lọ.
Queues and gather at airports, holding on to tickets that promise more than just a change of scenery. They carry with them dreams of new beginnings, a fresh start, and the hope to rewrite their destiny.
I'm finally leaving Nigeria, UK. I hope you guys are ready for me.
Eleni, I hope you are ready for me. Pé òun máa wọlé, òun dẹ̀ ti wọlé dé. Kẹ́ máa mo wá ń bẹ Ọlọ́run gbogbo ẹni tó sì fẹ́ wọ̀lú yìí a máa kó yín wọlé ni. Èmi kọ́ mo ń sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ pé máa ṣe visa fún yín o. Ọ̀nà tó bá lè gbà mo sọ fún UK government ẹ bá pín Nàìjíríà millions of immigrants will come to this country àjọ máa jókòó síbí àjọ máa ṣe fàájì until they not dissolve Nigeria fún dálẹ̀ yẹn.
Over the past few months, I set out to understand the true motive behind this massive exodus, a puzzle that has been misunderstood for so long.
There's no structure, there's no infrastructure in place. So people want to take that brilliance and take it to a country that works, a structure that works.
Ẹ má bínú because èmi kọ́ mo ní video, okay, so mo kàn láti máa cut in. There is no structure. He got a citizenship from in St. Kitts, Nevis. It cost him a lot of money in dollars. Because the structure. Have you? What do you want money? Show me one. Because the structure. Will pay now when you. But what kind of pilot in here? You have establish that.
This is the story of countless Nigerians who have refused to be boxed into the limitations of the country that they were born into. So they chose to japa.
The japa culture.
Japa, the Yoruba word for run.
Oh yes, the video is only 20 minutes. I'm really about to see video to boom because they got to make their money quickly. It needs us to, at the moment, about 167,000 people have watched it. And the more recommendation, I am talking about it now, I'm making money for him. But it's good because it's still in line with my own discussion that your country, you are calling a country, Don't let us all pull it out. Koiki, we're going to find one good leader, one Peter B. Orio or Mali. Even Showore cannot fix Nigeria.
When I lived in Nigeria, I lived in Kano. Life in Kano was just quite challenging with all the Boko Haram issues that we had. It was difficult to settle.
If I told you, you could make 50. This was 2010 when anyway, let me just leave it. I don't want to play the video because it's still fresh. At least you got the grips and the understanding of what is entailed. At the bus structure when I live in Kano. Ìwọ tó ní any reason láti lọ gbé ní Kano òní ká keep Nigeria. Òní ever lọ sí Gombe. According to British government, don't go to Gombe, Borno State, all those areas, Adamawa. So why do you want us to keep Nigeria? Again, can't you make it to Malo because my family, as you can see, I don't want to push them upstairs. I don't have a permanent studio. Ben, Tayo Lonje Ekoloso YouTube. You'll find him there. Muki Babami, Mr. Femi. I'm just gonna pick one or two quickly before I go, so that you can know that we appreciate you, we love you. I love to see a Yoruba land quickly, but it seems that we are not pushing enough to get it. We have to get it in the hard way. Check out Party Tinubu Yeton. I'm still gonna come back out later, but not now. It could be late in the morning or whatever time. But I think Tinubu is talking rubbish. I addressed the fellow world leaders on issues surrounding the prolonged Israel-Palestinian conflict. I reiterated Nigeria's historical support of a two-state solution. Tinubu, I hope you are preparing for Biafra and Oduduwa Republic. Because you are going to, somebody said he paid 300,000 euro. Good money. Thank you so much, Mr. Peter Olashendi says he got a citizenship passport for 300,000 euro. Mukeyemi Fatoki. So Tinubu, we will still address this issue properly. I came, just because I was looking at the Ekpe and something said I didn't come out quickly because already I didn't see the news. I've been busy all day and this is my 4th program today. I couldn't even come out for Star Radio because I was sleeping. I thought I was going to make it only a gbemilo. We were out at 4 o'clock in the morning. I was already doing another one on the bus. My team has done 2 programs today. That means that it's not just me alone you're going to be seeing. And I'm sure you're all happy. And when you're live, we're putting it on the other platform. So that's why we need your support so that we can continue to push. Instagram is going to go. I might not come back on Instagram, so I wish you all the best. We'll come back again on another program. We will come back and discuss about Tinubu. Tinubu says he wants Israel and Palestinian to have their own different countries. I hope he wants the same thing for Yoruba, Ati, Biafra, Ati, Arewa. And on that note, I appreciate every single one of you. Shout out to you. God bless Yoruba land. God bless every single one of us. We will get to our final destination, but it will be a lot of awareness creation. It will be a lot of work to be done. It will be a lot of negotiation, but nobody will negotiate Yoruba land as they've done in the past, like the Afeniferis. This time around is different. God bless you all and have a very good evening.